first piece of news that we're going to be looking at is from the guys at the Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare. Now, these are the guys that have done games in the past like Blood Eagle, which was very, very good. And they were actually showing off this game called Thud and Blunder back last year at Salute. They had a couple of demo tables, but this year should see the release of the game properly. So this is going to be a new sort of fantasy skirmish game that they've put together, which takes a lot of the mechanics from Blood Angel and sort of reinvents them in a new way to make them easy and sort of quick to dive into for young players, and also deep enough for older players as well, which I thought was really cool. A little bit like what we're seeing with a lot of other games at the moment, it's trying to be sort of open source when it comes to its miniatures. So you can use whatever the hell you've got in your collection, dig out some of those old ones. Like we had an article this week about dusting off old miniatures. This would be a perfect opportunity to do that kind of thing. It's a big campaign narrative, scenario-based game. You can do dungeon delving. You can do traditional sort of more time stuff where you've got war bands leveling up as you go through. There's a little bit of role-playing in there as well, which I think is really cool. And it's effectively a nice little toolbox for you to use when it comes to fantasy wargaming. So if you're one of those people that's, picking up a whole bunch of random fantasy stuff right now, this is another option for you to go and potentially check out.
It's also sorry, mate.
Sorry.
I was going to say it's also another example for people to be able to use, all those Kickstarter games where you've got fantastic miniatures, and now nobody's playing that game.
Yeah.
You can.
It is a problem we've seen with some Kickstarters because the production time is so long. You get all this big hype during the Kickstarter, and then you're waiting and waiting, and the bubble gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Are you talking about Fabled Realms?
No! I love that game.
What a low blow.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I think they're
Can't get the
also
staff,
Ben, if we ever are out in America together, we're never going to a shooting range, okay? Because this would be you with a gun, this would be your foot.
So
I don't mind talking about stuff.
The Ministry of the Gentlemanly Warfare, they're also the guys that did the Osprey steampunk game. But I can't remember the name of the game.
Ben, to Google.
Was it in Her Majesty's
In Her Majesty's name.
Yeah, and
so
they
they're
also
the guys
did
that wrote
Japanese
that.
game as well.
Yes, and Ronan. I think they did Ronan.
Ronan. Yeah.
High Show, I think, was another one.
Oh no, it could be
well.
High Show. So yeah, they're very good. I remember those games. I really enjoyed.
See, I like games like this because it gives me a reason to go out and look at some fantasy miniatures and I go, it's lovely, but am I ever going to get it on the table?
That's exactly it.
This is what it gives me is, I like it, and I've got this to put it on the table.
There's going to be some interesting things happening at Salute this year. As I say, like these guys are obviously going to have potentially Thud and Blunder there for you to go and play and demo again, which is really cool. They had a lot of younger players sitting there to play the game, which I thought was a really nice thing to see. But also you've got, there's another company whose name I think they're called Oakbound Studios, and they're bringing out a skirmish game called The Woods, which is set in sort of Dark Age, Fey folklore times back in sort of like Albion as it was back in those mystical eras. So go and have a look for that one as well.
All right, I thought we were going to have to reset the Burrows and Badgers clock there.
No, and I was going to just say that there's also a little small company in Nottingham with Rick Priestley, I think his name is. They brought out quite a nice little. I hope it works for them. I mean, this young lad Rick, he seems to.
He's up and coming.
He's got a good idea. Yeah.
This could turn out to be one to watch in future.
He could,
Richard Priestley Esquire.
Was it Robert Priest Hammer, something like that? But anyway, I imagine that. Something rather exciting. No, I don't imagine actually, because I've already been licking the pages. Sorry. Moving on.
Licking or looking at?
Licking
or looking at?
Licking.
Okay,
yes.
that'll explain a lot. That'll explain a lot.
When my lads were younger, they used to try and say that they had to buy it. You know the thing where you open the box. If you've opened the box, you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying which one, but one of them decided that if they licked the cling film kind of shrink wrap on the outside, that I then had to buy it, and I was in such hysterics that it wasn't very hard for me to say no, but I was really in hysterics. And there you go. So now we talk about licking the box.
Well, it's mine now.
It's mine. Yeah.
Well, there is the thing, licking things to claim them as your own. Yeah. Have you done that, Ben?
No, I don't. I tend to
Yes.
I tend to do it with cupcakes.
Okay, food it works.